Hello everyone, welcome to Past Times. I'm Bob Robinson. Today we have an interview with Cath Cobley, my sister, talking about her early life in the 1930s and 1940s. Part 2.
Yeah, and then Auntie Annie wouldn't speak to us because of that. Wouldn't speak to Mum and Dad because of that, what happened. So she fell out as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, oh, it was funny. Carry on. That's how they used to be. They were very short-tempered, the Thorntons. Very short-tempered. And then he went, I don't know whether he went to live at Wing or late. No, anyway, he went into lodgings, didn't he? And that's how we met.
He wasn't married at the time.
No, that's how we met Ollie. So anyway,
But what
Dad
school
was
were
in
you
the police. Hang on, we were still at the same school, St John's Church School. It was an absolutely rubbish school. Anyway, Dad was in the police. He couldn't get in the army. He went to join the army and they wouldn't have him because his feet were flat. Dad went into the War Reserve in the police. And he was talking to somebody and they said, oh, there's a nice lady. I don't know how he met, but I kind of think she had a shop somewhere. Dad got to know her and she had a house going to rent in Cambridge Street where you were born.
Right.
It was a Victorian house in Cambridge Street and it's opposite Aldi now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where we went. That was a much bigger house that had 3 bedrooms. And it had 3 bedrooms and it had 3 rooms downstairs and a cellar. And it's still the same today as far as I know. And it had a cellar so you could have your coal delivered down the cellar. But down this cellar, there was some racks down there. Like, I don't know, somebody had built these racks so that if there was an air raid, you could put a mattress on and sleep on them. Anyway, what happened then? Yeah, we stayed there till I was 16, 17, something like that. And I wanted to leave home because me and Muriel used to fight, so it was terrible. And Mother wouldn't do anything about it. My life was just one long trudge because Muriel and Bella never did anything and I had to do it all. See, I had to do the shopping for the rations because Mum was at work and Dad was at work. And I had to cook. Even when we were at school, I had to come home in our lunchtime and cook our food. And Muriel was always creating a row and we'd start throwing things at each other and sometimes the bloody food would end up on the wall. And it would be my fault. So anyway, although she was a very short-tempered woman and would give you a smack across the face as soon as look at you, and we got a lot of good hidings. We did when we were kids because she was so short-tempered. But it was because she didn't have enough Guinness. That's what it was. She didn't have enough Guinness. And every night,
drink.
Oh yeah, every night she used to go across to Annie's house and they'd drink or go out to the pub. Yeah, but that was her life. And then I went to live in Yorkshire, and then I don't know how it happened, but next thing I knew, they were taking the well end.
So how did that come about then?
Well, I think
because what was Dad's job at the time? Was he?
He was in the police till the end of the war. Oh, he finished with the police then, and he went to work for Charlie Ricketts. You know, the carpenter joiner,
right.
Which is what he did before he went into the police. He learnt to be a joiner. And I was living in Yorkshire when they.
You were in Wakefield.
Yeah, Aylesbury. Yeah. And I heard, oh, they're going to move to a pub. See, that's what I heard. and it was just a beer house at that time, the Wellhead.
Yeah, the Wellhead in Wendover.
Yeah, it was just a beer house. Anyway, I think I remember Mum saying they went for a walk and they come upon this Wellhead. And she went in for a drink because, that was Mum, wasn't it? She always had to go for a drink wherever they were. And she was talking to this woman in there who told her that she wanted somebody to manage the place. Or a tenant for the place, this woman. And that's how they got there.
And that must have been owned by Aylesbury Brewery Company at the time, was it?
I don't know. As far as I know, it was I don't know. I think it was owned by this woman. I can't remember her name.
Oh, right.
And she said she was looking for a tenant for the place. So, if she was looking for a tenant, been the owner, wasn't she? Anyway, they stayed there until the woman gave. She came and gave them notice. And I thought, Mum borrowed £500 from Uncle Will to put as a bond. You know how you used to have to put as a bond with this woman.
Oh, right.
So, what happened? The woman says, "No, you've got to get out. You're not having your money back." Something like that. So, of course, that was disastrous, wasn't it? Well, it was disastrous. That meant they'd have no money to go anywhere with them. So, because Dad had been in the police, he mentioned it to somebody he knew in the police, and they said to him, "Well, we look after our own here. You tell your wife to go and see this solicitor in High Wycombe.
Oh, right.
And tell him what this woman wants to do, and she doesn't want to give you your bond back, which you're supposed to do, you see."
Yeah.
So I had just come back from Yorkshire then. That was when Auntie Maggie died or something. Oh, no. Anyway, I'd come back from Yorkshire then. I do know that Mum went to see this solicitor and he got her the money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got her that money back. And also, because of Dad being in the police, the Aylesbury Brewery offered him the Unicorn.
Yeah.
And that's how they got to the Unicorn.
Yeah, that's how they got to it. But that wellhead never had electricity, did it? Was there no electricity in it? Or
yes, there was electricity in it, but not upstairs.
Oh, only downstairs.
Yeah, and Dad belayed a bit of cable upstairs, didn't he?
Oh,
I think
right.
that he belayed a bit.
I know there's outside toilets. I can remember those.
Urinals.
Up the yard.
Oh yeah, the bucket
toilet.
toilet, and the council used to come every week and empty it.
Yeah.
Can you remember that?
Yeah.
And there was a well,
Yeah.
a well in the grounds.
That's it.
They put a plate over, and you used to go round to Mrs. Wales to watch her telly. Can you remember
First
that?
person who bought a telly, which was really tiny, like
Yeah,
this,
about
the
9
screen,
inches, wasn't it?
and she sat me on the table, and we watched the coronation.
Oh right.
Yeah, in black,
There.
obviously in black and white.
Yes, oh yes.
So we sat and watched. I sat and watched the coronation. She sat me on the table to watch it. I remember that.
I know every day you came home from school. You weren't at that school long, were you? About a year,
Yeah.
that was
I
all.
was about 6, wasn't I? 5 or 6 then.
You used to come home from school and go straight round to Mrs. Wales to watch the television.
Yeah.
The children's programmes,
Yeah.
whatever it was. I don't know what it
That
was.
was a real novelty.
Yeah, that's right, it was.
And I used to have a 3-wheeler bike, and someone like you or someone used to take me to school on a 3-wheeler bike. I
Or meet
remember that.
you,
Yeah.
go and meet, and you'd run all the way home and leave me. Or Mum would come. But normally if somebody else was there, Mum wouldn't go. She'd be sleeping off the booze she'd had during the day.
Yeah.
That was her life.
Yeah, she was.
And that was her life when they went to the unicorn.
Yeah, it's the same. I remember.
That's how she got through her life, with her drinking. But I remember Dad telling me when we were at the unicorn that when he first married her, she took him to see her father near Newcastle.
Bedlington.
That's it. They went there, and he was well in his cups, he said, and all he did was drink.
Yeah.
So, and
Ran
he said
in the family.
That's all they did. That's all the father did. He wasn't a nice man. He was ugly. I always remember that he was ugly. He had a big nose. And but there you are. That was my last time I saw him.
Hello everyone, I'm Bob Robinson and welcome to Pastimes. Today we have an interview with Cath Cobley, my sister, about talking about her early life in the 1930s and 1940s. I hope you enjoy. Strap yourself in. Sort yourself out. Do it, come on. Hello everyone, welcome to Pastimes. I'm Bob Robinson. Today we have an interview with Cath Cobley, my sister, talking about her early life in the 1930s and 1940s. Yeah, maybe.